Well. Welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right, you found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention, because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, Pete. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go! Hey, hello all you architects of fate. I am Simon, and with me is my good friend, Rufus the Robot. And you're obviously watching Cookie Track. This evening we have another installment where we take some randomly generated Star Trek themes, and with your help, we try and break down a 3-act Star Trek episode, and we will do it while relaxing and enjoying cookies at the end of the week. So, Rufus, do you want to tell people about the cookies and about the story?
I surely will. So, tonight our story will include these threads. Crew member gets tortured. And I know a lot of folks have been looking forward to that.
I haven't. It's going to be me, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. And then the second beat is reunion with long-lost family. Also, something to look forward to. And then finally, the pièce de résistance, lens flare. Woohoo! Lens flare!
Yeah, I don't really have a... I'll find an icon for that that'll make more sense. This is gonna be about the lowest rent lens flare we've got. Yeah, so welcome everyone. I'm gonna, first off, since Mr. Goliathman is in the chat, this will not be premature, so Felix, would you be so kind as to make sure everybody gets some fate chips? And
thank you, Felix.
Also, we've got quick plug for everybody in the Discord. And in case you needed to know how the redeem command is, there it is, that finicky little thing. Yep. And then there is also items. We need to really build a bot for that.
We should build a bot.
I want to let you.
Bots.
Yeah.
I am a bot.
Yes. Well, you're a robot. This is before it became shortened.
Yeah, I might have to get all hip and be a bot. I don't know. I haven't talked about the cookies though yet. You just jumped right in on top of that. I did not talk about the cookies.
Oh, well, Mr. Goliathman is very excited because of their familiar shape that warms his heart.
I know, it warms my heart as well. Tonight we are eating Archway, which we had Archway cookies last week when we had, I think it was called Dutch Cocoa. Yeah.
Soft Dutch Cocoa.
It is. This week we are up in the ante on the Dutchness. It is Crispy Windmill, and guess what they're shaped like? What's the shape? Windmill. And it's quite crispy, and it also has a terrific, fantastic smell of nutmeg, I believe.
What?
Yeah, is that not nutmeg?
I do not know. I very rarely can identify food by smell.
Well,
we're both artificial organisms, so
I know.
Sense of smell is something that us and the Vorta pretty much have the same sense of taste and smell.
No, it's not nutback. It's nutmeg. which is that's a cookie like spice. You know, it's a cookie. I think that's right. I would go over to the spice drawer and open it up and compare it
I
to what's in the spice drawer. Maybe
well,
I should.
I think you should, and also I will say it is toxic to dogs
Okay,
in
so that's the
quantity, so
thing.
nobody gets. Susan does not get this.
We do not feed nutmeg to the dog, apparently.
Well, maybe we do. Maybe we should. Let's do that. Gonna share the screen with Rufus. You didn't get a screen share, so I'm gonna ruin your day there. Nutmeg.
Well, I don't think I'm right.
No, because why would we keep something around that's gonna kill the dog?
Well, nutmeg has more of a kind of a sharp smell than I thought it had. I don't know. This is a familiar smell that's coming off this
Well,
cookie.
it's all about Christmas.
Yeah, it's a very familiar. Oh,
It's called nude muskrat.
is it cloves?
It's muskrat, according to Mr. Goliathman.
Muskrat. Okay, it's something like cloves and cinnamon. It's those two things together, I believe. So anyway,
Ah,
it's a fantastic, cheery smell. Like you mentioned, it's got sort of a Christmas vibe to it.
yeah, it's when you haul out the weird spices.
Oh God, yeah, this is very much a weird spice, but really top notch as far as I'm concerned. I think these Archway cookies are turning out to be some real zingers because the soft Dutch cocoa was just delicious.
Oh, yeah, those went fast.
I know, man.
We took those down in a hurry.
But I think if you're a fan of a crispy cookie, this is your jam right here. And
Yeah.
actually makes me feel like would I want to rub some jam on this cookie because I think that would be delicious.
I don't know if we want to talk about rubbing things on cookies in a
Okay,
PG
we'll save it for later.
podcast.
How about that? Let's
Let's get on with the story. Yeah, let's get on with the story here. We're now I'm totally befuddled by whatever just happened.
I'm on an absolute cookie high.
You are on a cookie high, cookie
I'm
mountain
on a cookie
high.
high.
All right, well we could do that. A crew member is getting tortured. Reunion with long lost family and lens flare.
Yeah.
I have no plans at this, but I love the idea of starting off with cookie highs. As a weird thing. That could be a torture. You know, someone could be, oh, why are they getting tortured? What's the torture? There's a lot of options here.
Who do you think who on the ship do you think is most likely to bake some weed cookies?
Why are we doing weed cookies? I think you may have gotten into something for your circuits, and I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. I'm just going with the flow.
Okay. Oh yeah, these things. I just got a piece of this cookie. Yeah, this is what we always had these at my. I think at what I remember from another life to be my great grandmother's house.
I mean,
Yeah, these were very stale
yeah.
when we got them as children.
I mean, it's. I mean, we just bought these, so it's not stale, but you know,
Mhm.
it's got quite a snap to it. Ginger snap. I think that's the flavor.
Okay.
There's like a ginger cookie. Yeah, I think that's it. But I'll have to.
Oh, I like the idea. All right, here's Goliath Man may have kicked us off.
Mhm.
King Wilhelm comes back. I have the feeling he's been tortured. I don't know if torturing King Wilhelm's the idea right here.
But what? Yeah, what if we?
All right, Mr. Glassman, you type shit into the chat. That's all it takes in this. We're
I mean, who's doing the torture? Is it the Spanish Inquisition?
I think the last time we had this, it was part of the Mayberry Accords. But yeah, we could. No, I think it's this guy. He's the hot dog.
I don't remember that guy.
Oh no, we just made him up. I found him and I decided I don't know what I was doing with him, but he's got to be used.
Okay, so has he somehow captured the king?
No, I kind of like maybe we just have Armus being tortured.
Okay.
Let's torment Armus, because I have a feeling that this is like way inside of baseball.
Well, nobody would complain about that. That's for sure.
Yeah, nobody's complaining. So Armus is being tortured, and I'm gonna say he's being tortured by the crew of the USS Cerritos.
Oh,
Remember?
this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. They're prank calling him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm touching your stuff. I'm touching your stuff.
And I love the idea that he's being tortured, and we're gonna have to fix it because it's not the Starfleet way, which I think would be funny. Check out the Google search. What's the name of the show? Gosh darn it. Oh, we have to have a question. Which version of the Lower Deckers are we dealing with?
Oh, is it like the live action version?
Yeah, I think it should be the live action people.
What if they're not actually the characters? What if it's just Jack Quaid and Tawny Newsome? Some Federation citizens are getting out of control here.
Lower Decks calling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's the prank call. It is literally the prank call. Let me see if I can. Yeah. There we go. Print screen, and we're just gonna do that. They've got an Armus thing. They can contact him. We don't know how. I think they're using a very questionable Starfleet tool.
Okay. Okay, so is this our teaser?
Yeah, this is our teaser.
Okay, we're starting off with people that aren't on our crew.
Yeah, exactly. I think that we do this.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Well, we do this because it's like this kicks off whatever it is. Somehow now rolls around to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What kind of things are they?
Well, is it like a Federation TikTok trend? Are we gonna have to?
Oh, yes.
Are we gonna have to torture Armus as well in our own way by prank calling him?
It's going to be a Federation Trek Talk trend.
Trek Talk. Yes, Trek Talk.
It's on all the subspace channels.
I mean, it's just it's on all the chatter, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm going to clearly state for the record, there is no social media in the future because we figured out that was bullshit.
Yeah.
This is why the internet is not mentioned. This is why a lot of things that we have in our lives are not mentioned on the show. It's because people figured out, oh God, this was a big mistake. Now they sit around and play cello a lot. They got
some cello.
They got a lot of things to do.
You know, they still put on Shakespeare plays.
Oh yeah. I think it would be funnier if it was like Our Town never seemed to show up. But yeah, I like the idea that it's a subspace trend, and it becomes our job. So that's the weird part is we never quite established our timeline relative to the Cerritos, and as we all know, the USS Fanservice exists in a timeless era of Star Trek, so it can exist in any era that the story needs it to.
Okay.
Because that makes it much more. It makes it fun. You know, it allows us to play with all the toys and not worry about continuity because fuck if I care. I'm telling the story. Okay, so yeah, it's a Trek Talk 10 trend, and now it's our turn. Who was the ship that had it before us? Just make up a ship name.
Well, the Cerritos, obviously.
No, before that, after them. Now they passed on. We're passing the talking stone.
The talking stick. The Titan?
Sure. Oh, we're gonna rub elbows with celebrity.
I mean, yeah, we could make this whole episode about us
Where is it?
encroaching on other shows.
Okay. Well, look, I also like the idea of what's it called? Darn it. Yeah. No, I like the idea of like us just now having, because we should know lower deckers, but yeah. I was gonna say, oh no, another Enterprise. Which Enterprise is it? And I like the idea that yeah, it's the USS Titan. Are they taking time out from beating up Pakled?
The Titan?
Yeah, because they were beating up Pakled in the last time we saw them on screen.
Oh, that's right, because it's Riker and
yeah.
Yeah.
Or do we have it be the Titan, but it's somebody else running the Titan?
Okay.
And this is the Titan that got renamed to the Enterprise.
Oh, right.
So didn't it get renamed in Picard?
It did because it's 7 of 9 ship, I think.
Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna go with oops. It's the Enterprise. I don't blame the Pakleds at this point. The Titan Alpha.
No, I mean no wonder the Pakleds are confused.
Yeah, no, the Pakleds are just figuring 9 times out of 10 it is the Enterprise. If you're dealing with a ship on screen, it's the Enterprise.
Or it's some kind of wacky holiday and we all get to be the Enterprise for a day.
Okay, I'm adding that as a new fact because that is the most Star Trek thing I've heard.
Well, it's just kind of get some aspirational. You get a taste of being the Enterprise, so you'll do better in your own job.
Yeah, I like the idea of like, doesn't it make you feel better to be the Enterprise? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can find the Enterprise F. Here, let's go find one from Star Trek Online, because that seems to be our source for ship designs now. A game that is designed to sell you toys. Enterprise F or Enterprise F off. Oh no, this is the Enterprise F that we like. Well, because there was a... What was the E? The E was the movie ship. And then they crashed it into the Romulans. And then there's the F, which is only in, what's it called? And that one is only in the games until they brought it forward into Picard. And it's a dreadnought, which really kind of makes me not. I'm not a fan of the concept. I am not a fan because I'm a jerk. I am not a fan of the concept of dreadnoughts.
Just don't even like that word.
Well, it's there for it's there for not dreading. Worf broke it somehow. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the Enterprise will plan. I think maybe the F will like drop off the stone. Let's have the Enterprise F drop off the stone just to get the fan service living up to her name, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea who the captain is, but I'm really not going to poke into that because we never know because we never meet the captain.
That's very true. You don't actually get to speak with the Enterprise. It's just it's just not done.
Yeah, they do prefer the term exploratory heavy super duper cruiser. Yeah, it's like potato war crime. It's
It's all the same, man.
Remember when we used to like explore? Which I do.
That's what we all say.
Yeah, I mean, I do get that having a military is a vital thing, especially if they're going to generate stories where regularly the Federation gets totally outclassed for three seasons and finally gets its crap together. I want to have a war where the Federation just shuts them down. Like the Cardassian War suggested that they really outclassed the Cardassians 6 ways to Sunday, but decided not to just wipe them. Remember when Jericho was, or no, it wasn't Jericho, the Rutledge, or whatever the ship was that Will was on. That one, the Wounded.
Oh.
Where you basically said, oh, we can read all your transponders. We know exactly what's on every fucking ship you have. And it was like, how did this turn into a bloody conflict? How was this negotiated? I think it was, they didn't feel like paying in blood or something. Yeah, the Kardashian War. It was Plato. Yeah.
The Kardashian War. God.
Did you just say Kardashian War? Yeah, I did. It is funny because you can make jokes about it. It's a race that was supposed to be threatening, and they did a really good job with it. They were really good solid story, good solid culture. The stone is beamed over to beamed over to the fan service and to Noob, because Noob is the newest. Noob's a lower decker. Because that's the whole point of it.
The quintessential lower deckers.
He is. Yeah, it's only something that can be given to lower deckers, one to another. So what I'm gonna do
again,
is,
it's just something to make you feel a little bit more like you could be better than you are right now.
Oh no, this is passed from a shitty ship to another shitty ship.
Oh, I know, but it's aspirational shit.
It's aspirational. Okay, and I gotta fill this thing with a gradient to make it look like it's a shiny orb. There's my shiny orb. And I'm going to do lens flares in a very dumb way. Let me think. There. It's going to be with a shape, and it's going to be... trust me, it's going to be just as annoying as when J.J. Abrams did it.
Oh, I trust you on that.
Oh, it's going to be this crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's going to be white.
Yeah, I think we've got to somehow get to a situation where the lens flare is so bright that none of us in the ship can actually see.
Yeah, or see anything. Yeah, everything's just covered. So I've got my lens flares. I've covered 2 of the stats already now. Good for us.
I mean, it could be a really quick show.
This could be a really quick show because I think we're warming up pizza.
Not yet, but I'll get there.
Let me see. Crew member. Oh, it's a crew member gets tortured. Okay, I've got a reason for my torture, and it's going to be great. It's going to be: is this ethical?
Is this epic?
Is it ethical to torture Armas? That's going to be... I'm going to be tortured about torturing Armas.
I mean, I could see this as a real ethical debate, just like the Prime Directive.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's I definitely think it is one of those tests that they give you at the academy that they're supposed to have. They probably should have given this to you in a lesson you should have learned at the academy, but you never. But apparently they neglected to do it, so they had to do it on the ship. Let me see. So there's my format, text, strike through. All right. Screw it. I'm done with that. I don't have a reunion with my long lost family yet, but that's okay. And well, I've got the object now, and the Enterprise flies off.
Yep.
And that's that. That's not the epilogue. That's the epilogue. Okay. Copy. I was wondering about why that was a little kind of weird. Yeah, we'll just call that teaser Another Enterprise, just so we can do that.
Another Enterprise.
It's another Enterprise. You're not Janeway. All female office. I just really like that.
Another Janeway.
It is refreshing to see a television production embracing cookie track.
I know. I mean, we're trendsetters, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think cookies are going to show up on the next Strange New Worlds. They're all going to be eating cookies that the captain baked.
Oh, the captain's gonna be baking cookies rather than trying to
Mm-hmm.
deal with something. He's gonna bake his way out of anger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got
Oh, wait.
another story beat. What?
God, Whiskers is in the audience.
Yeah, Whiskers is, hey Whiskers, how you doing?
I haven't seen you in ages, Whis. Rock on and welcome. Mine shots.
Yeah, he's been, all right. Oh, you've been taking me time. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we all need that occasionally, but right now,
It's good to work on yourself, yeah.
yeah, I think, but you need, right now we need to work on this story. Okay, so, all right, do we need to get, like, instigating another scene? Because I got the stone, now I'm gonna be, should I be wandering around wondering about it? Should I take it to people?
Yeah, it should definitely be Act 1. We got to get going.
Act 1. All right, let me get myself here. Copy myself down to Act 1 because I miscopied something. Okay, and we got the story. I like the idea of maybe going around and asking others about their first time with the Armus Stone.
Oh.
Or is this a new thing? Because I think it's a new thing for the Cerritos. I think this was new. Or not?
Yeah. Is this an official thing, or is it just something that has happening?
It's a tradition.
Okay.
It's a thing midshipmen do. It's like in the one of the Strange New Worlds episodes was, a thing that all the ensigns did. If you're at a military academy, I'm familiar with that one. I know that exists because you'll have something that is breaking the rules. Because part of your training is formal in the classroom, but it's also to see what you can get away with, because in war, you kind of want people that are gonna maybe not play by all the rules, and they should know when and where to play by and not play by the rules. And so the idea is putting one over on the faculty or staff. With a harmless, allegedly, these things never stay in control. They always go sideways. But having something that's more exciting, not exciting, something that lets you break rules, and you have to get away with it. You have to be covert, and that's good training for warfare. Or first contact missions. Either way, there's a lot of sneaking around that has to happen in the Federation.
It kind of has a vibe like a Disney movie, where these scamps are getting away with something.
Yeah, this is very scampy. Maybe we have an endless shrimp. Maybe we have an endless shrimp thing going on. I think that's a way of preparing a food, not necessarily the food. All right, so Act 1. I got my stone, and we could actually have it be a new tradition, so the oldsters don't know about it.
Okay.
So Noob has the stone, and knows that this is for torturing Armus. And it's like, there's no doubt, we all know Armus is a piece of crap. He's a little tarry a little tarry piece of crap who's literally distilled evil, apparently. Don't ask, it's Star Trek. And
it's some Star Trek shit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Armus. I don't know.
Yeah, it's close.
It's close. Okay, I gotta look up what an Armus is. Star Trek Armus. I think, yeah.
Maybe Armus with a U. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a U. Oh, there's even an action figure for it. Oh, please tell me there's an action figure. Oh.
Yes.
That is the wrongest thing I've ever seen.
It's kind of like Chewbacca with just none of the features.
Yeah, they made Chewbacca out of him. There's no way that that's a real toy. That has to be a joke. Oh, and they're the crappy ones too. They're little 3-inch figures that can literally only bend in the middle, and that's it. Oh, that's
Leave it to Armus to be that kind of toy.
Yeah, he's like a statue.
No wonder Armus is miserable. I mean, I'm starting to relate to him now.
He didn't get any money on the back end. It's like when everybody leaves you on when everyone leaves you in a sense to godhood and leaves you on a planet, sheds their evil because they were the ones that watched this. They watched this island or no? Was it this island? Earth? No, they watched Forbidden Planet and they realized, oh, if we're gonna get godlike powers, we better get rid of some baggage real quick. There's spoiler alert for one of the senior officers knew Tasha back in the day. Ah ha ha! Okay, I like this. All right. Yeah, they can't be related to Tasha because she was clearly an orphan. However, let me see. Senior officers knew Tasha back in the day. So I do the lookup. I've done the reading on the.
Who's our security officer? No, maybe they were in security school together.
Yeah. So basically, he's done the reading on Armus. Tasha did have a sister. Yeah, she had a sister, and she was like a death weapon or some shit. She got turned into a genetically modified death weapon to go kill the other gang. And then that was pretty much all of Tasha's entire backstory was wrapped up in not her. Like they brought her sister on and we thought, oh, this will work great. And it's like, nope, she's genetically engineered to touch people and kill them. It was that kind of a show. Yes. Let me see. I want to own a Section 31 costume. Oh, RTE, yeah. I want to own a Section 31 costume, but they don't have any. Just buy a leather fetish suit. That seems to be the standard Section 31 thing, which is ironic that Section 31 has a uniform.
True. I just think, well, what would Giorgio do? She would just wear whatever she wanted.
She would make it her own.
She gotta have a distinctive look.
She would have a look. It would be tailored and a half. I like the idea that they would have definitely tailored suits. I like the time agents for temporal investigations. They look like they dress up in just basically business suits. They just showed up in pinstripe suits as lawyers.
Hey, work in just about any time frame.
It is. That is the point of the temporal investigations group. They are to be quote unquote timeless.
Oh, I love the biker jacket idea, though.
Yeah, leather biker jacket. I like that idea. Let me see. Why do I not know where my intro is? There's my intro. I think I have an RTE shout out here too. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna just throw a little shout out to RTE. Felix, can you do that for us?
Hello, Felix.
Okay, here we go. Felix has got you set. So yeah, there's a sister channel, another channel over there. Yeah, so I've been reading up on Armus, and he's disturbed because he's disturbed by it. He's thrown off his pins. Who's Noob gonna turn to talk about this crap? Yeah, but we find out in Act 3 that the person who had done the stone and ties to Tasha, they abandoned the stone in part to reflect on what they have given up for that petty bit of revenge, but also allow lower deckers to continue the trolling. Zeno? Who the hell is Zeno? Oh, yeah. We'll go to Zeno. Okay, yes.
Yeah, Zeno.
Thanks for the lore keeping as well, GM, because I thought, oh, that's somebody from the show. And I was like, yeah, it is from ours. So let's talk to Zeno because if it were useful, I go to the bartender, or I go to whoever the ship's counselor is, or I go to Strack. Let me see. Where will we find Zeno? Is he going to be in a lab where he's just standing there all day? Oh, I like the idea that he's actually just in the. I like the idea that he's just in the Jeffries tubes. I'm gonna declare that he's just hanging out in the Jeffries tubes.
Because we really don't know where he works.
The tubes, man. Yeah, I like the idea that you find Zeno just checks on. And he's working on getting to the other end.
Mm-hmm. You know, for Zeno, it's all about the journey.
You literally, yeah. Because he's still trying to remove it. Xeno's trying to the ship, but never gets there. Yep, that's exactly it. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you have a backstory for your ship, RTE. Let me see. All right, so we got them working through the tubes. Other end as quickly as we can. All right. What's he gonna ask him? I think I like the idea that he could be. No, that is. I feel that is Sisyphus.
Oh.
GM the Great Barrier. I'm gonna become that guy on your statement. We could, however, have a Lieutenant Sisyphus, and I like the idea. There is actually, as an aside, because that's what this whole episode is so far. There is a podcast called Improvised Star Trek that I highly recommend, and we did not rip off in the slightest. That has their ship is named the USS Sisyphus, and it is the mission profile of the Cerritos. So a lot of people had some very lower deck things going on, and it's brilliant. I mean, they edit it heavily, but it really does come together. It has a lot of cool Star Trek things. They walk around and they bump into hologram Lincoln a lot. You know, they just are, floating Lincoln and hologram Da Vinci. So they do bump into things, and the podcast is over, so that's the saving grace of it. But they cranked out a ton of episodes with some really great titles and some good sound production too. So anyway, we're gonna see what we can do. So while we walk with him, do we pose this in the abstract, or do we pose this question just right out to him?
What's the question?
My question? What is my question? It's like, is this moral? Should I do this? Should I destroy the stone? I have.
Oh, is this what?
Yeah, that's why I'm seeking out Zeno.
Okay, but yeah, okay, all right. So Noob's having some qualms of conscience here. About
it's a sentient being.
And
Zeno goes all abstract.
Yeah, he just wants us to be. He just wants to be left alone. That's Armus, I guess.
Oh no, Armus really doesn't. Well, he wants to be left alone because he has no other option at this point. Here's a lens flare, another lens flare. We have another lens flare. The stone. Instead of the Philosopher's Stone, I think it'll be called the Ensign's. I'm going to call this the Ensign's Stone. Instead of the Philosopher's Stone. I'm going to go with that as a joke. If you have to explain it and say, it's funny because, then it's obviously not. My English is say unhelpfully so, but leave it up to the generator. Yeah, I think that Zeno should be abstract about things. I love the idea that we just make up a random. Where did my PDE go? Okay, I'm gonna create an event so that I can generate return stalemate. Yeah, ooh. Zeno hands him right back to a conundrum.
Some sort of weird analogy that doesn't make any sense.
Yep. Oh, hey, RT. Are you making a suggestion for us to try and incorporate that into this situation? That's audience. Yeah, that's part of the audience participation, is that they get to add things into the story that's here as we're running. Let me see. So yeah, Zeno's return stalemate, which means he's unhelpful. He returns you right back to the stalemate.
Yeah, he just you just get back to where you were starting. So
His
that's
response is, "It depends,"
yeah, it depends.
and no matter how specific, it's like it's Armus. He killed people. He does this. He does this. What do we do? Hey, good devil, how's it going? We are stuck on we got a stone that can torment Armus from the skin of evil. And where a noob is not sure he should use it. So, and so far he has been able to unburden himself from Xeno.
Mm.
The ship's philosopher is of no help, which is the most grounded thing that's ever happened in any Star Trek episode. Okay, so Xeno can't help him with his dilemma. I wonder if I need to seek out my mom. Maybe talking to mom.
Noob has a mom.
Hey man, we try and so everybody's got a mom. Hey, Felix is just trying to make sure that there's shout-outs. When somebody appears, they get an SO, and I guess that says that you really need to you need to produce even more content. I think you need to grind. If you're on your computer, you should be broadcasting. That's what we've learned. That's again one of the reasons there's no such thing as Twitch in the freaking future, because that very reason.
Yeah, it would be it's pretty time consuming. You gotta admit.
Yeah, and it's like you're worried about. We'll make that a future social construct episode, thinly veiled reference to a current social problem. But I like the idea that, I think that Xeno, maybe he gets like a bunch of people. Everybody pretty much comes back with it. It depends, right? Oh my God, you're on the East Coast. You should be like, oh my God. Yeah, seriously, clock watching. But let me see. What? Yeah, I like that he talks to a bunch of people. Montage.
We're gonna do a montage out of this.
No, we're gonna claim one and we're gonna move on.
Okay.
Because yeah.
While it's happening, with each successive shot or location, the lens flares are just compounding, just building up.
Yep. And I like we're gonna visit crew that we've never heard from. Nurse Chapel for no apparent reason. Lieutenant Commander Julie. Who else are we gonna do here?
Grignac.
Brignac's coming in. We can't do. I want to do Floyd a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna have to decide. Yeah, I think he's gonna. Yeah, and I like the idea of the lens flares increase. Flares increase to show dramatic tension. Because we got no good, compelling story here. And that's the reason that the lens flare and music always swell in the current Star Trek stuff, or in most of the really not great shows. This is very much about very much about the lens flares. I'm not a fan. Carol Marcus half dressed because of reasons. Oh, is this helping you out? Which Carol Marcus? Oh, yep, we're gonna do it. Action figure. Somehow I clicked action figure. I'm gonna see if there's an action figure Carol Marcus, and if there is, I am. Oh, yep, there she is. Oh dear.
Is it young Carol or mature Carol?
This is the Parallel Universe Carol, which I think is funny because she really looks like Basement Barbie.
Yeah, well,
she looks like Weird Barbie.
Yeah, Weird Barbie, or even, oh my God, she looks like.
Yeah, there's no way that's a real.
Yeah, these look really strange, but who am I? Who am I to say?
Yeah, we'll get her. We'll make her a Funko Pop. Okay, so does that mean the Lieutenant Noob is actually half Cation? instead of Fulcation, or is it his adopted mom?
Carol Marcus is his adopted mom.
Look, Good Devil threw out the words Carol Marcus half-dressed because reasons. And I think he didn't know quite where we were headed with this. But I don't care. It sounds like very much the thing he would do. All of no help. Contact my mom, and what were the story beats? Reunion with long lost family.
Oh, well, that would be your mom.
And I like the idea that she's lost.
Is it a holodeck thing? Maybe she's lost and still we haven't found her.
We could do that, or she could just be lost somewhere. Like, so versions. What are the versions of the word lost? Either the Noob's mom or a Funko Pop holo filter. Yeah, should we do this? We'll do this as a holodeck, as much as I really hate holodeck episodes.
What I'm
this
thinking
is
like that scene where Wesley goes and
gets
some
Jack.
gets some advice from his dad.
Oh yeah. I think that's
exactly. That was some real character development. Maybe that's what Noob needs right now.
It did not help Wesley's character be any more beloved.
Well, it's not going to help Noob any more than this one episode.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see, what do I wind up doing here? Okay, all copy. Because I have a series of slides that are built in around the concept, around full background. So, yeah, Act 2. Computer. So is this holodeck filters on?
Is the safety on?
The emotional safety.
That's the emotional safety on, because you don't want to spiral out of control.
Actually, no. I want to do this to make it a complete Star Trek episode. This is gonna work. I'm liking what we're gonna do, because the holodeck is a freaking miracle, and it is a holodeck episode, which means it doesn't necessarily have to be the whole thing. But I do like Noob is very reluctant, and I'm very reluctant to go in about this, because it's like, and I think to get honest advice, because he goes in and he talks with her, and she's pleasant. She's pleasant and nice in that Grant Wood kind of way. Because she is a Funko Pop, which is Grant Wood, right?
Grant Wood?
Yeah, Grant Wood. Or no, what's the name of the guy that did the farmers?
You mean the painter?
The painter.
What does it have to do with Funko Pops?
What do Funko Pops look like? They look like rounded off versions of ourselves.
Yeah,
right.
Grant Wood. You're on the right track. Yeah.
All right. Hey, look, I'm not the one with the MFA around here.
Well,
Neither. Well, you are, aren't you? Did you take your MFA at the Learning Annex?
Yes, that's obviously true. All right, let's keep going.
All right. No, because what'll happen is I've got another problem, which is this Barbie.
Yes. I'm actually feeling like that's reconstructed Vina.
Yeah, that looks better like reconstructed Vina. We didn't know what a human looked like, and we couldn't read your mind to find out.
So we made you.
So we just made you into a hag.
Into a wonky doll.
Yeah, we made you into a wonky doll. I'm putting her here for a minute. And we got this. I got a. What was I doing? Yeah, it's kind of a surreal, and what I really wanted to do was get a picture of Grant Wood picture.
Okay. Like a landscape they're walking in?
Yeah, just here's the Grant Wood plowing a field, which is funnier if you look at those two, even though they're brother and sister. Is this it?
Well, that's a great scene, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna put that in there.
Carol Marcus, is she also from Iowa?
Well, everybody from Star Trek is.
Or Noob? Noob is from Iowa.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh God. Let me see. So we'll do that. We're on the holodeck. So at that point, I'm gonna. Oh, gonna paste this in.
Mm-hmm.
Really don't like what I have going on here. Yeah. So I'm gonna copy this, paste this because that's just the thing.
Mm-hmm.
X. This I get dinged by players sometimes for trying to do things too pretty. Send to back. There we go. So yeah, now we've got the holodeck thing. Good. All right. Noob is she is pleasant and a Grant Wood sort. Yeah, she is pleasant and nice. And in a Grant Wood painting, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're going to be very literal.
Okay.
Yeah, not enough really super cool, bizarro, abstract crap gets done on the holodeck when you think about it.
I don't know. Maybe there's just a lot of trippy stuff that goes on, after hours. I don't know.
Yeah, there probably is. But anyway, what she does is she starts talking to him in platitudes and oh, I don't know, dear.
Mm-hmm. She's not going to give him any real advice, is she?
Well, this version of her isn't, and so what he does is he says, "Computer, emotional safety's off." And actually, it has to call. Unlike any other thing on this ship, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It actually calls for because I'm a lower decker.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's spelling. Okay. It has to call somebody for me because I can't turn the safeties off by myself. Because I think that is actually literally the most important thing.
It's like you got to get a hall pass.
You got to get a pass because you don't get the good replicator code either. And it does send it over to Shrek for permission. Yeah, so it calls Shrek. Have to have a talk with Shrek. Have to have a talk with Shrek about my moral.
I think for the fans who dislike all the touchy-feely Star Trek stuff, this episode is not your bag.
And he's just... Why are you bothering yourself with a simple matter like this stone? You can apply to a command extension program and have your own ship in 3 years.
Yes.
Is she gonna tell him that? Yeah, what I'm gonna do is that Strack's response or is that Mom's response, Jam? I think it might be Strack's because I think they're short on recruitment. Oh, I like that his mom is gonna be. Yeah, you are headed right where I want to head with her, with the emotional safeties off.
The career choices.
Yeah. Strack was interrupted at dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Shrek was okay with it and okay's whatever. So yeah, we're gonna copy this.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I got crap to eat. So we're gonna get rid of all of this. And we're gonna call this what is it? Trigger warning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other one is the Rock cried out, no safe space, no hiding place. No safe space. I don't want to make fun of people because you need places to go where you absolutely know that You're
Oh yeah,
cool. And
just to chillax and just to be
yeah,
relaxed. Yeah.
I love to be laxin'.
Hmm.
And I will say that, we're pretty privileged because we live in our little cyber cube here. So we
Hmm.
always have a place to go that's ours, but there's a lot of people that don't have a place that's theirs.
Very true.
So I'm not gonna, as much as we'll make a joke about it, I fully understand that, and especially since apparently it is Pride Week,
Hmm.
and apparently we need to have a speech about that, even though we've got badges that say gay on us.
Well, actually, yeah, that's a thing. Like, we probably should do a special episode this month.
We Architects of Fate tried one the other time, and I don't know. It didn't quite gel. I think we didn't have enough players.
No.
It got a little bit. I think it was one of those that got an idea that got a little over, a little too much. So computer emotional safety off. Mom's best
Hmm.
response. Yeah, mom's response post emotional safety's off. Yeah, she is gonna bother him about his career choices. I also like
Hmm.
the idea about telling him why she abandoned him.
Mm.
Oh, I'm gonna go deep cutting, GM. This is gonna be all the things that the mom went out for cigarettes or something. She went out to mine dilithium and never came back or something. If you
Was this
get
actually Carol Marcus?
sure,
Well, she left him for Jim Kirk.
yeah, I know the timelines don't work at all, but this is even
Mm.
funnier. It's like yeah, you were in utero with David. I like the idea that
He's David's twin.
I'm David's twin. Yeah, this is all that's going to come out. It's going to just spray out like a bad fanfic on
Hmm.
Noob because Noob is a DM NPC, right? So
Hmm.
he is going to self-insert into everything.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, it's interesting because safety's off in the show. Did not do people any psychological or emotional damage beyond simply putting them in danger. It didn't just make them stare into their soul and make them sad. And I think the computer could have really gotten away with a lot more. Again, check out Improvised Star Trek for probably their take on it, because I'm almost certain that's the case. I'm almost certain they did an episode on that. Yeah, so now she's, this is probably the first time he's ever turned them off.
Hmm.
And it has access to all of her logs. Of course, she was in Starfleet. Um, he got lost. Like I'm assuming, Noob has been catapulted through time, like Janice Rand has.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Noob was lost in a wormhole, during delivery.
It's like existential funk going on here. Everybody's got to think Noob is the saddest person alive. And
Um,
here we just thought he was happy go lucky, but
oh well, he's covered it because he was told his mom abandoned him and he's fronting.
mm,
Um, Noob was lost in a wormhole after delivery. Um, and she's gonna say, yeah, she's gonna start talking about why are you about. He's gonna ask her about this thing, and she's just gonna unload on him. And I like the idea of giving him the bad advice or the harsh advice about what is your career. You should be captain by now. How many planets have you saved? Definitely needs to ask how many planets has he saved.
mm. How many first contacts? What are you doing? It sounds like you're just
What do
kind
you?
of
Yeah, you're just marking
you're
time.
just sort of floating through life or something.
Yeah, I like that idea. And she just gets ugly.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I like the idea of Carol Marcus is just like letting him have it.
Hmm.
Um, oh yeah, he never lived up to his dad, because this also makes him Kirk's son. Or
not
maybe not.
what a small. Okay, there's the small universe for
Well, I
you.
like the idea that basically it was a three-way, and that's just how things worked. Now we know that there was someone else in the room when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You mean yeah? Uh,
He's not. You're just not good enough to be Kirk's son.
yeah. It's clear you weren't Kirk's son. Hey, look at your brother.
Look at your brother Robert.
It's your brother David.
I
David.
mean, maybe this is the way Cation sex would work. Is that she had an affair with a Cation, and then she went on to have
Oh
a
yeah, no, I think that there were
yeah.
little. I think that there were little spermies still swimming around. I think she was not
Mm-hmm.
faithful to Kirk. He was palling around.
Mm-hmm.
Where's David Marcus? Star Trek. David Marcus. Let's put him in the ground. Let's just have a dead one. Here's his outfit. Oh God. Yeah, I'd like. We're gonna have to come up with an idea, but yeah, he's clearly. Well, there's the question. In the parallel universe, he's not born yet. In the Kelvin timeline, he's not dead.
Oh.
But we're not in the Kelvin timeline. We're just.
Well, how do you explain all of these lens flares?
I believe that. Yeah, here we go. We'll just grab him. You're not hot. You're kind of dumpy. Stand up straight. Copy the clipboard. Yeah, she has a framed picture of David.
I mean, yeah. How do you live up to David Marcus?
Well, you're not dead. I guess that's a thing. He created and destroyed whole planets. What have you done?
Okay, so this is enough of this scene. I think Noob is sufficiently demoralized.
He threw the Federation into a whole ethical conundrum. A massive, a bigger ethical conundrum. Figure it out.
So how are we gonna get him out of this for this episode?
I think that what we'll do is, I mean, he has perspective now. Like his brother, like frickin' killed everybody on the Enterprise, and he had a whole pile of problems for the Genesis project, right? So I think he's got a whole ethical set of dilemmas that Noob realizes he's got no problems at all.
Oh, so the hologram mom doesn't know as much as Noob knows as what we're saying.
Yeah, she's not current.
She needs an update.
She hasn't. She like ChatGPT cannot look at the current internet without falling apart. No, she just does what she does and created and destroyed whole planets. And I like the idea that somehow Noob knew that it was that Carol Marcus was his mom, but we never followed up on that problem, its implications. But yes, so I like the idea that we've Noob suddenly got some perspective here. Noob needs a drink. Yeah.
Okay, next one in the bar, right?
Yes.
Oh, Isaac the bartender.
Yeah, when you got a real problem, go talk to a magical black person. That's Star Trek.
Isaac the bartender is ready to dole out some knowledge, wisdom.
I like the idea that we just. I'm really liking the idea we just use it to cool our drink. The rock. We put it in the freezer. We cool our drink with it. And that's where it winds up. And that way, I think we'll have our own version of a torture for Armus, but it won't be degrading him. All right, Noob has. Have a drink. Okay, and then we'll do Act 3 because we're closing in on our time. The show doesn't end because the story mandates it. Actually we've actually completely filled crossed off all of our elements.
So this last scene better be a banger.
Oh, I think it could be. We could pay a phaser fight. I think the bartender knows which senior officer. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing here. Also, Armis must be tortured with a call from Noob's mom. Dude, we left for the holodeck. Wait a minute. You can't. Ah, man. But what would she have to say to Noob about, or Armis about stuff? I mean, she's just busy unloading. I get the impression that she's just busy unloading on her disappointment of a kid.
And Armis doesn't want to hear about that.
That call is epilogue. Okay, Armis's mom.
Yes,
I think
yes,
that
I could go for that. Yeah.
And I've got an idea that that's the senior officer, which we don't know. We find out who the senior officer is in the epilogue.
Mm.
And they're the one that brings the stone over to Armis and just sets it in a time in a bottle Moriarty situation.
Oh, so we are going to shut this shit down.
What?
Like we're going to end this Armis.
Well, we're going to end the ensigns doing it, yes.
Okay.
Well, now we're going to let AI torment Armis for eternity. And no one's going to know because they can't go to the planet. The stone is missing. But yeah, there'll be that little cube on the desk like Moriarty had.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Ship in a Bottle or what was that episode?
God, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it is.
You don't remember those names?
Mm-mm.
The call is epilogue. I'd say that call is epic log. Okay, that wasn't a great one. We have a rule. The GM is not allowed to make jokes, apparently.
Ba, 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 ba.
Ba, 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 ba. Someone did note that one of the... Whoops, no, that's Space Vegas. Where is my bar? Well, stop making noise like that, because that's probably not pleasant to the listeners. Okay, searching. Somewhere in the Smoky Mountain Range. Where did I put the frickin' bar? My eyes are too old. I mean, there's the Thunderdome. Oh yeah, it's always hidden. And there's a Domjot table, which we didn't get in time. Okay, folks. We'll just do that. We'll plop that down. We're going to the bar. Back to Duo with Rufus. And, yeah, it's going to be Noob, the Stone, and Isaac. And I think as the discussion goes, on, there's just going to be a preponderance of lens flares. Which is what you talked about, like, as the story progresses. We're going to pick up more of these little guys. Whoops. Well, we'll pick up what we pick up. There we go. And her words echoing in his head. Okay. We grab up. I like that idea. We might as well use it. What?
The lens flares are so overwhelming. Everybody's wearing sunglasses now, but nobody's talking about it. That's the funny thing.
Oh, it's just something that happens on a ship every day. Everyone's got these side blinders. They got the glasses that have the blinders on the sides, maybe? Let me see. Where is my... Alright, come on, Isaac. Where are you?
There he is.
There he is. Okay, I am not ocularly tracking a whole lot. Is there anyone else, perhaps, at the bar?
Yeah, who? Oh, Jod. Jod, of course, comes, yeah.
Okay, I'd prefer
I mean,
it to be...
I don't know why Noob didn't go to Jod about these emotional crises, but, you know.
Jod's useless.
Okay.
Jod would just talk to him about a sheep.
That explains it, then.
No, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go and have... somebody's DJing, and it's Edna.
Edna's
Edna's up here. There's a little spot up here, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a balcony, and Edna is DJing, and Edna is of course our nod to Pride Month, as is most of the crew actually.
Yes.
Esteban is the only one. Let me see. She's DJing, which is an art form that survives into the future.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, we're actually doing that, GM. I think I've declared it to Edna, so she'll be overhearing it. She's all sweaty and is on break now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also tracked the stone, so she's aware of it. So yeah, Noob is gonna say, "Hey, what do I do with this? What's the thing?" And Isaac says, "I don't know. Has he been? Does two wrongs make a right?" Yeah. What is his advice? That's just patent stupid. It's like is it really your place?
Or it could be one of those things where we do a total cop out where
Okay.
as Isaac says something like, I have got the absolute solution to all of your problems. But as he starts to talk, the music swells, and we sort of pan
okay.
away.
So she's not sweaty yet. I like the idea. Edna is DJing.
The music swells, the camera pans away. And then eventually we're going to come back and Noob is absolutely smiling and it's all resolved, but we just don't know how.
Perfect. Absolutely what I need.
Like a total cop out.
It's a total cop out. We're doing it. Yes. God, your circuits are beautiful. I love them.
Well,
you have a beautiful positronic brain.
I didn't want to leave Noob in a wounded place, but we can't solve everybody's problems.
We're not. Yeah, we can't. Will this is episodic TV? Even if we left him completely, utterly wrecked, we aren't. Borganal probes. He'd be fine by the next episode. Let me see. Yeah, eavesdropping on Noob. He tells Isaac his dilemma. Isaac says, "I know just what Isaac knows just what to say." Yeah, and we also have we have a required musical number.
Oh.
Like the boy bands come in.
Yeah. So we could have some really gay act to close out the episode every time this month.
Cut back to Noob. Not that's not precisely what I needed to hear, and it's like, oh, that's so simple.
Yeah. And he's just got the biggest smile.
And then Noob drops the rock into the drink.
You hear that little plop, the water. Boop.
Yep. Noob drops the rock, leaves, and he's done. And I think that's roll credits.
Yeah.
And then we do exactly what GM told us to do.
Yeah, like Armis alone and the mom on the phone.
Yep. She is absolutely gonna do this.
Just lets out a great big sigh as she tells all these,
How come you're not? Okay, I'm gonna do this to see if I can bring my data back here. Yep, there it is. Epilogue. All right, thank you so much, guys. That's a brilliant idea.
Love it.
I don't know what we want to call it. But basically, And we let me see, noob, that, get rid of that. Yeah, she's gonna be upset with him because his body count is so low. Discarded skin of evil, but you should be a lawyer if you applied yourself. Oh, this
I know,
is.
it's just this
I
total,
feel
like...
that these are very personal statements to I feel that these are very personal statements to GM. These feel a little personal.
you could be so much more than a
Yeah, I
skin of
have a feeling
evil.
we may be getting a peek behind his psyche. Let me see, skin of pudding.
Skin of evil. You just look like
Like
skin of
skin of
pudding.
pudding. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I really want to do a Korean mom, but any ethnic mom at this point would be
Oh no,
perfect.
I'm sort of seeing like Joan Crawford. It's a mommy dearest moment.
Oh, okay.
Total mommy dearest moment.
Skin of psoriasis. I don't know how to spell that, and I don't think it will. Yeah, it's. Oh, there it is. Psoriasis.
It's like possum.
Is there,
Psoriasis,
isn't there an O?
psoriasis.
Isn't there an O in there?
In front of opossum, it's opossum.
Yeah, it's
No,
hello
this has got
opossums.
psoriasis has kind of a silent P and like the silent O at the beginning of possum.
I know that when I have to pee, it is rarely silent. It's the litter box.
Can confirm.
Yeah, yeah. We have a cyber litter box because that's funny. So she's got that. She's got the thing. And basically, what Edna is going to do is it's really going to be, Edna enters the holodeck. Brings the stone, activates the Marcus program, activates the Marcus program, leaves. Yeah, and she just says, "There you go, you son of a bitch," or something like that.
Yes.
I did it, Tasha.
We have finally avenged Tasha.
Yeah. She doesn't know that she's in another spot, but I do love the idea that rest easy, Tasha, and I will go to the mat saying Edna either rescued her from the planet of not good things, or she was one of Tasha's many lovers. No reason it can't be both, honestly. Lens flares, surges, music swells, many more lens flares.
And nobody mentioned it. It just happened.
And I do like the idea that that's how we go out.
Yeah. In a blaze of lens flare.
In a blaze of glorious lens flares.
Mm.
Because we have nothing, we got no real plots. Okay. And hey folks, next week on Cookie Trek, we're back. Next time, it is episode 69, and that is the name of the episode because we could not top it.
You can't top that.
We cannot top that. It will deal with an alien disease that only affects humans. All right, Noob gets a day off. Most of the cast does. Crew member faces an old psychological trauma again. Yeah, nice. I know. I love the idea of nice. We are not going to include seasons because I think when we present them, they actually have season numbers when they go up on YouTube. And we have a surprising number of episodes.
We really do. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah, I think we gotta learn to cut back. Yeah, everyone's going noise. Yeah, so this is exactly it. This is gonna bring you in for tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this one.
Yeah, there's an old psychological trauma and a conversation over a card or a board game, and I like that they're playing Jenga and starting to bring up a lot of weird sex. And I wanna explore infinite diversity because this is probably the most Gene's Vision thing we're ever gonna do. Infinite banging. Infinite hetero banging. So what I'm really probably gonna do is
yeah, this is a great one for Pride Month.
This will be a great one for Pride.
The all hetero episode.
The all hetero episode. Yeah, that would be terrible. Yeah, that's helpful. Okay, so hey folks, I just want to say thanks a lot for being goofy with us and having fun and talking and making a story that actually kind of worked pretty well. We got some emotional beats that we didn't expect.
We learned a lot about Noob.
We filled him in like a big giant. We backed up the dump truck of lore and filled his little belly. But now he's actually grounded and it's kind of cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's coming up because every other show on the channel, we pretty much run something every day but Saturday. Which, everybody's like, wow, that's impressive. We're almost also up to about orally administered hypo sprays, but only for the female cats. Oh, God. But I will say that I think we're coming close to our 500. I think we're coming close to like 500 viewers, or not viewers, followers. So if anybody,
cool.
Yeah, we're at 493 according to Twitch.
We're only 7 away.
We're only 7 away, and
7 away.
Yeah, next week's cookie is tiramisu Oreos. So what I want to do is, yeah, these are gonna be good. We only need 6 more people, so go find some people that are willing to follow. I think that'll be nice. And again, we are up to about 100 followers on the YouTube channel. Again, check us out on the Discord because people can join there and have some fun, I think. Felix, we put in a thing about the Discord. And that link, like it means anything to anybody watching, it'll scroll by. But anyway, Sunday, we have Tomb of Annihilation, yet another one of Mr. Goliathman's favorite shows. Because he luckily gets, I think we entertain Mr. Goliathman every day of the freaking week. Tomb of Annihilation is Lats and Traps. Exploring the Paka's tomb led to triggering of traps galore. A cursed fireball necklace, a fiery sunray, and a cloud of smoke has left the cure and Scrod. Not feeling so hot. Now it's a short rest time, except Withers, the keeper of the tomb, has other plans. The party is once again split, and the cure teleported to Withers' office, and the rest of the party are beating an air sign warrior senseless. Will they take pity on the defeated foe? No, he's dead. And I will say, he was our attempt at Pride Week, because they described him as a big old bear, and we just sort of went with it, and he had a thong and everything, but he was still a jerk, and yeah, so we got rid of him. Monday, we are hopefully going to be able to bring up Star Trek Bajor Rising, A Friend in Need. We are, indeed, we skipped last time, so appreciate it. But we've rescued, the crew has rescued the SS Talisman from the Cardassians, and now they fixed a series of problems on the ship, and only once almost mortally injured Lieutenant Bajor, so it's a new record for the repair crew. They usually put him in danger at least twice during a repair job. But one of the engineers has found something hidden behind an EPS manifold. We don't know what it is, but he doesn't have a name, and he's also wearing a gold shirt in the TNG era, so things could go bad. Commander Thorne is not sure if having most of her team seem to know the freighter's captain is a great idea or a bad thing for their mission to the Bajoran colony. Yes, DM Dave has a 25 intelligence. Yeah, he keeps a lot of balls in the air. I will say he is kicking it. He also, by the way, plays on Monday nights opposite the Bejor Rising. As a person who's never watched Star Trek, he is in a Star Trek episode, so no excuses, people. And then Tuesday, we have the new and returning players for Star Trek Strange New, what's it called? Strange New Playtest. And I realized that, the episode is Because I Could Not Stop for Death. And it is, welcome, we've got new players and a couple of returning players all aboard the USS Challenger. They've been pulled into a subspace anomaly, and now there's inside of a large cavernous structure. Who or whatever brought them here has been trying to contact them. Lieutenant Hernandez has decoded the message to a string of numbers, and it's like a long string of numbers that I was hoping that Pwn Donkeys would read, but apparently he is not going to be reading anything until Monday, so I'm screwed. But what does it mean, and how should the crew answer this message? Lieutenant Brevik is putting his elective in Earth poetry to good use. And what will his next depressing selection be? Lieutenant Venjavix is grudgingly impressed by the structure they are enclosed in, but cannot decide if it is a Kenmore sphere or a Hoover sphere. But it is certainly not a Dyson sphere. And who is the old friend that the Commodore and Dr. Vorel are talking about? Hey, come join us on Tuesday to help answer these questions and probably create several more. On episode 2, Because I Could Not Stop for Death. On Wednesday, Dragonheim. Leave your statues behind. Our adventures are one fewer as they delve deeper into the outskirts of Drakenheim. Will the famous city claim yet another party member, or will our adventurers abscond with enough delirium to prove themselves worth the time of the many factions that lie in wait? Tune in to find out how this plays out. I got turned to stone, so that was exciting, and now they're going to just leave me there. So that was okay. There's a bunch of smoke, and I turned into stone. Thursday at 8:30, community game night. Please join in. That's where we make Mr. Goliathman t-shirts, and it's a lot of fun. And then Friday brings us back to Doe Cookie Trek 60, episode 69. The crew of the Fanservice will face harrowing decisions and items, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. What I'm going to do is see if Felix can find us. I think Felix can find us a raid, because I've been told that's a nice thing to do.
That's a thing.
We're about to kick off a weekend. Rufus, do you have anything? That you are interested in?
Well, I would just like to encourage everybody to think about what we learned tonight. You know, that like Armus, all of us could be doing better. If you would just apply yourself, you too could be a lawyer.
You too could be a lawyer. Yes. We're gonna go raid V Ventar.
Okay.
Because he's raided us.
Woohoo!
And I'm gonna start the raid.
Fair play.
Turnabout is fair play, sir. Fair play.
Mm-hmm.
And he's flying an Enterprise on something, so I have no idea what he's doing.
Nat, thank you for your subscription.
Oh, Nat, yes. Hey, thanks for subscribing.
Thank you for subscribing for 37 months. I don't know why you'd do that.
I think because he doesn't want to try and figure out what to do with. I think he doesn't want to miss. What's it called? Darn it. Because he gets cut off by commercials if he doesn't. That's what hits Dr. Twitch hard.
That's so true.
So we are about to leave. What I want you to do is everybody be nice, spam things in chat. Also, please tell your friends about this channel in addition to these, because we need some followers just to push us over. All right, please take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Happy Pride, everybody.